Hi, James, and welcome to Business Spotlight. We've got with us today James Fitzpatrick, who's the managing director of AL Scrubz, a cleaning company. He's also an investor and buys businesses. So we'll come on and talk about that in a minute. Welcome, James.
Hello, Yvonne. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. As good as you
Good. So
can be.
good as you can be. So tell us, how did you get to where you are now? How did you get involved with the business you've got just now?
8 years ago, I was actually a HGV driver. I worked in a warehouse for 8 years. Before that, I was in and out jobs. I was on Job Seekers, and I got a course, and that got me into the warehouse. Then from being in the warehouse, I kind of worked my way up to be a forklift driver, a HGV driver, then an assistant transport manager. But I always knew that I wanted more. So I seen a franchise for cleaning ovens, but I didn't want a franchise. So I just went down south with one of my mates. We quit our jobs instantly, got trained up how to clean ovens, and for 2 years we cleaned ovens and carpets. So we started that in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
We came back up to Scotland. We were cleaning ovens and carpets, and then I went into letting agencies with a portfolio and asked them if we can start doing end of tenancies. I done the same with, I went into building sites, asked if we can do their builders cleans, and I just was consistent, and we started to get work. Then I employed my mum. She was our cleaner. Myself, Tony, and my mum used to go out cleaning houses till 7 o'clock at night. And from there, it just it grew.
It grew. And so it's what an interesting story from where you started off. So that bit about you always knew you wanted more, where did that come from?
So I'm not sure. Like, when I first left school, all my friends get a job in McDonald's. I went for an interview in McDonald's, and I was the only one that didn't get the job. So after that, I was doing bricklaying and stuff, but I always wanted, not that I wanted lots of money, I just wanted to be able to get do better things, basically. I've not got I didn't have a bad upbringing, but I've not got any business people. My family are entrepreneurs, and I always knew I wanted to do my own thing. At one point, I was going to get a snack van. Then I was speaking to a lady in China, trying to get fake tan over to China. I was wanting to start my fake tan business, and I was always looking for something. I don't know where I got it from. I was just always wanting to kind of do my own thing.
I love that, fake tan. Who would think
The
it?
fake tan, aye. That was the warehouse that I worked for. They get like stuff delivered from China, and they will let me use their account, the UPS account, to get all the fake tan over. But they couldn't send it over on an aeroplane because it was a liquid substance or something, and it kind of fell through. But I don't know how that would have went, but that was my journey 8 years ago, selling fake tan.
It would have taken you a whole different path, wouldn't it?
Aye, definitely, aye.
So tell us a bit about the business you've got just now. What kind of client would use your business at the moment?
So at the moment, we do regular cleaning in offices. So when I first started, I was trying to do everything. It was ovens, carpets, gutters, pressure washing. Because I had nobody to guide me and tell me, just basically get your path, stick to it, become a master at the one thing, rather than trying to be a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
And I've just kind of learned that recently by doing networking and things like that. So now I'm just focusing on regular cleaning in commercial offices or like doctor surgeries, nightclubs. And I'll still do the one-off deep cleaning, but we're not doing I've just sold my carpet cleaning business there. So I'm not doing anything like that now. It's just purely regular cleaning and buying other businesses.
Okay. And is it a geographical area you work in, James?
All central Scotland. Oh, we do get a lot of job offers in Edinburgh and stuff, but because I know I can't commit to, I don't have the management there to do like random checks and do audits and things. If I know that we're not going to provide as good a service, I won't take the work on, because I've not got the staff there at the moment. I could employ somebody there, but I don't have the management there, so it wouldn't work for me.
And so what's the idea with this business? Is it to stay in central Scotland, or keep it as it is, or grow it and look at the other businesses? What's your plan moving forward?
Yeah, so we buy in other businesses. I want to buy a business that's already got a management team in place, so I can implement what I've learned from building my own company. I can go into another cleaning company that's maybe got the foundations there, and I can build the management team. But if I'm buying a company that's already got 17 staff and supervisors in Edinburgh, then it's a good starting point for me. So if I can buy a business anywhere, I will buy a business anywhere in Scotland if they have a good management team in place.
Specifically a cleaning business?
Well, not just a cleaning business. I'm actually in talks looking to buy a bus company. And another one that just fell through just before Christmas was a manufacturing company. So anything really, I've got a good team behind me now that's got like 30 years experience in acquisitions.
Yeah.
So through my network and my connections, I've got a right good team behind me. It's got the experience to help me, and we'll work as a team to do this.
So you talked about the importance there of management and having that structure. Tell me some of the bumps in the road that you've experienced through your last 5-6 years while in business on your own.
So for me, I was trying to do everything. I was out cleaning in the morning and going home, doing invoices, answering phone calls, and basically I wanted to start a business thinking I'd have free time, but I was a manager, I was a supervisor, I was a admin person, so I was doing everything. So the best thing for me was when I took my mum on in the office to work full time doing invoices and doing calls and doing all that kind of stuff. When I took myself out working in the business, that helped us grow when I wasn't cleaning every day.
Yeah. And you know, I hear that a lot from business owners. What would your advice be then to actually get yourself out and stop doing it? Because there's a balance, isn't it? It's like a seesaw of, well, do I want to spend that money on something else, or should I keep the money? Talk me through your thought process on that.
So at the time I was making a lot more money cleaning. So I always thought, why employ somebody to do the invoices and stuff? That's going to lose me about 30 grand a year if I can do that myself. But I was willing to take the hit for a year or two and build the management team, and now I'm making much more money because I've got time to focus on growing the business, meeting people, getting help. But back then I never had time to sit down with a business coach, for example, because I was too much time cleaning, watching videos on YouTube or networking. So if I've gave myself more time, it's helped me grow the business massively.
And what challenges do you see in the business ongoing? You know, what do the next 5 years bring for you, for example?
The next 5 years, I'm not sure what challenges. If I'm being honest with you, maybe it's a bad thing, but I try not look too far ahead. Take each day as it comes. If I get a problem, I'll deal with it then. If I think too far into things, I could be worrying for a reason that's something that's not going to happen. So I have got goals where I want to be, but I don't think too much into things. And maybe that's something that I should do, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah. And your experience of COVID then, was it a good thing for a cleaning company or a bad thing? You know, was it a shot in the arm as we came at the end of it? How did that work?
Yep. So COVID, I don't know if it was a good or a bad thing, but it made me change my business. Before COVID, I never did any regular work. So it was just basically one-off deep cleans and end of tenancy stuff. Then after COVID, I realised I wanted to get into the commercial stuff because if nobody's phoning, I used to rely on letting agencies a lot. And if it was quiet with letting agencies, I've got 10 cleaners that I still need to pay their wages at the end of the day. So I realised I wanted to get more recurring work, stuff that's already there.
Yeah.
And I used to get offered like regular jobs all the time. And I always said, no, I couldn't see how you could make money doing it. But obviously I sat down and I thought about it. And it's only been the past 2 years that I've realised I've completely changed my business plan. I wanted to just focus on regular work rather than the one-off deep clean stuff. So because of COVID, that kind of changed my mindset and made me realise I want to change the full structure of the business.
Wow. So you changed your model pretty much.
Changed the business model, yeah. That was it, aye.
Yeah. Okay. So moving forward then, are you going to be more into investing in businesses or more working in your current business? What does the future hold for you, do you think?
So I want to be more invested in other businesses. I've built a good management team just now, so I could take 2-3 weeks off and it runs without me successfully. So I want to focus on buying other businesses, property investing and stuff. I do a wee bit of property investing, flip a couple of houses a year, buy businesses and grow my cleaning company.
Well, you've come so far in a really short period of time. What are your key learnings over that length of time?
My key learnings. I just invest in yourself, really. So I've like, with the property thing, I did a property course, and a lot of people say you shouldn't do property courses, it's a scam and all this kind of
Yeah.
stuff. But I knew absolutely nothing about property investment. But I'd done the course and surrounded myself around a bunch of people that buy and sell houses. And within a year of doing that course, I flipped that 2 or 3 houses and then got 2 buy-to-lets. So I did okay, and I wouldn't have knew how to do that. Sorry, I wouldn't have knew how to do that if I didn't do that course. I got myself a business coach for my cleaning company, and they helped me put systems and processes in place. So I invest in myself. So I would advise that.
And how did you get that mindset of investing in yourself? Did you see somebody else do it, or did you meet somebody at networking? What did you do?
Yeah, it's watching video. I think watching videos on YouTube and things like that. I think a lot of people that's maybe get a bit of entrepreneurial, whatever it is, it's in them. Watch videos on YouTube, then it's networking, and then you start following people that inspire you, and you realise they're the same age as you. So if they can do it, how can I not do it? And then you figure out, oh, they've did that course, then I'll do that course because they done that. And it's just start surrounding yourself around people that's doing stuff that you want to do, and you learn from people. I will always be learning. I don't know everything. I'll never know everything. So just always learn.
I love the approach. It's brilliant because was it
Yeah,
Jim Rohn talks about you're the average of the 5 people you spend time with, and that you've
yeah.
mentioned environment a few times. It's shining through. So does your business come from networking now? You mentioned that a few times already, or does it, come from word of mouth? How do you grow?
We're mostly word of mouth. Networking is something that's at the end of the year. I've always got my goals. You must do networking at least once a week, and I don't tend to do it. So I'll do it like 1 week, then I'll always remember I should be doing more networking. So I'm pretty active on social media,
Yeah.
LinkedIn or Facebook and stuff like that. But I don't do a lot of face-to-face networking. We have a good marketing guy that gets his leads as well through Google. A lot of our stuff through word of mouth or Google.
Yeah. Yeah. And you mentioned there about being inspired by other people who, you spent company with. Who inspires you? Have you got any business gurus that you look up to, or somebody you follow that maybe somebody listening to this thinks, oh, I'll go and give them a listen?
I, I don't know, to be honest with you. A book that I read that helped me massively was The E-Myth.
Mm-hmm.
Have you read that one?
Yeah. Michael Gerber.
Yeah, so when I read that, that changed my full mindset because
Yes.
they were saying what I was doing. I was a supervisor in the business, I was a manager in the business, I was quoting jobs. You can't do everything at the one time. So when I read that, that changed my mindset a bit. Like watching Tony Robbins and reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. It's what inspired me. And then following people on Facebook and LinkedIn. I don't want to say who they are because they might think I'm a weirdo, but
That's fair enough.
that's it. Reading books, something that I never did either until I surrounded myself around people that's kind of more entrepreneurial.
Sounds like you're getting some good stuff in your head, some
Yeah,
inspiring stuff, some great
yeah.
authors
It's
there.
because they don't teach you this kind of stuff at school. So I was just MDLs for the council estate, leave school, get a job. They wanted to work McDonald's to get money to go out with my pals at the weekends. That was just where it was. And then once I got my own business, I had to go out and meet people and quote jobs. And then a lot of people, I'm going to letting agencies, and the guy running it's about the same ages as me. So you become friendly with them, and you find out their kind of path in life. And you
Yeah.
realise I want more, I want to be like that. And I'm
Yeah.
just in a different journey each year.
Yeah. It's funny you say that actually, because we're just starting the Action Coach Foundation, which is for 12 to 22-year-olds. Just to your point, because it isn't taught at school. I've got kids at secondary school, and it's just, even in business, some of this stuff isn't taught.
Yeah. Well, that's it. So you don't know what you don't know is what they say, isn't it? So if you're
True.
not taught it and nobody in your family are entrepreneurs or have their own businesses, you kind of need to figure it out for yourself.
And it sounds like you have, and it sounds like you're doing a brilliant job of it.
I just wish I'd done it when I was younger, to be honest with you. I'm 35 now. So I did 8 years ago was when I started, 2017 is when I first started looking into having my own business. So I just wish I'd done it when I was a wee bit younger.
So your advice to anyone starting out now, James, what would it be?
if you've got it, if you want to do something, go for it. Don't be put off by what if this happens, what if that happens. If you want to do it, go for it. My wee brother, for example, he was a full-time joiner with the council. He's 25 and he's just chucked his job and bought my carpet cleaning business. And he always wanted more, but he was too scared. What if it doesn't work out? What if that happens? But if you don't take any risks, you'll never know. So he's done it. I hope it works out. But he's went for it. He's chucked his job, and this is the start of his journey. So he's starting at about the same age I kind of, well, a bit younger than when I was when I got into it, and I'm excited for him. So if you want to do something, just go for it.
Good advice, and he's got a good big brother there to look up to get some advice from as he starts his
I hope
journey.
so.
So what an inspiring story, and I'm sure somebody listening to this will take something from it, hopefully, and maybe start their own business as a result of some of the stuff you said today, James. So great stuff. Thank you for joining us on Business Spotlight. And until next time, I'll say goodbye.
Perfect. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Cheers.